Okay, students, listen carefully. Chemistry of water means we need to discuss about the water properties and types of water or classification of water, and those all information we need to discuss regarding this chemistry of water. Water, we know very well. Water molecular formula is H2O. Okay, students, the water is existing in three phases. Generally, the water is existing in three phases. Those three phases are equilibrium with each other. Means it is the physical equilibrium because the molecular formula is same, but one state is converted into another state. The solid form of water is called as ice, and liquid form is called as water. The solid is equilibrium with liquid, and liquid is equilibrium with gas, and gas is equilibrium with solids. Like so, three types of equilibriums are existing: solid to liquid and liquid to gas. It is a physical equilibrium. Solid means ice is in water, and water is converted to water vapors. That water vapors are called as gaseous state. So the water is existing in three phases. What are those three phases, dear students? Ice, water, and water vapors. Those are nothing but solid, liquid, and gases. Solid, liquid, and gases. Okay, students. The purest form of water is rainwater. So, what is the purest form of water? Means rainwater. Okay, students. And water, if you observe that in our body, the water is present. How much percentage of water is present in human body, dear students? 68 percentage of water is present in our human body. 65 percentage. 65 percentage water is present in our human body, and some of the plants like hydrilla plants means the plants are present in water only. In such type of plants, 95 percentage of water is present. Okay, in some of the water plants or in some of plants around 95 percentage of water is present. The purest form of the water is rainwater. Okay, once you are observed the water structure, water molecular formula is H2O. Water molecular formula is H2O. It contains, the central atom is oxygen atom. It contains two bond pairs and two lone pairs. Contains two bond pairs and two lone pairs. Two bond pairs and two lone pairs means total four electron pairs are present. Total 4 electron pairs are present. That's why its hybridization is sp3 hybridization and V-shaped molecule, and the bond angle is 104 degrees. V-shaped molecule means the resultant dipole moment mu not equal to 0. It is a polar molecule. Okay, it is a polar molecule. Understood, man? So water dipole moment not equal to 0. How much dipole moment is present theoretically? It is 1.8 device. 1.8 device units. Water density is more when compared the ice density. So ice, why the density of water is more than ice? Because ice has open case structure. Already these points we are discussing hydrogen bond concept. Okay, students. So the density of ice is less than water because the ice has open case structure. But a water molecule, in one water molecule has four hydrogen bonds are present. These four hydrogen bonds are existing tetrahedral manner. Existing three-dimensional tetrahedral manner. Three-dimensional tetrahedral manner. Okay, students. And water has highest dielectric constant value. Water has a highest dielectric constant value. What is dielectric constant? Dielectric constant means the ability of solvent to ionize the ionic compounds into positive and negative ions is known as a dielectric constant. So the water has highest dielectric constant. That's why most of the ionic compounds are soluble in water. Most of the ionic compounds are soluble in water, as well as some of the organic compounds like amines, carboxylic acids, alcohols. Those are also soluble in water due to the formation of hydrogen bond. Due to the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond. This is about introduction related to water. So that's why water is also called as universal solvent. Water is also called as a universal solvent. Okay, students. Why water we are calling as universal solvent? Without water we can't live, because water that much important in our life. Because water, almost all compounds are soluble in water. That's why water is called as a universal solvent. Okay, students. Now we'll discuss about the properties of water. Properties of water. See, these properties are just for understanding purpose only. Main important thing is removal of hardness of water. How to remove the hardness of water from water? That very important. So if you observe the properties of water, means first water has autoprotolysis property is there. Means the first one is autoprotolysis. What is autoprotolysis? Autoprotolysis means water is a self-ionizer. For example, you have to take water molecules. The water is a self-ionizer and able to produce, it will be ionized to give H plus and OH minus ions, and to forms H3O plus OH minus. That's why it is called as a self-ionizer. Water is called as autoprotolysis. Water itself ionized. Some of the water molecule itself ionized to give H plus and OH minus ions. That H plus ions will be abstracted by the another water molecule to form H3O plus and OH minus ions. H3O plus and OH minus ions. That's why water is this property is known as autoprotolysis process. This property is known as a autoprotolysis process. The second one is amphotic nature. Amphotic nature. What is amphotic nature? Amphotic nature means water is reacting in acids as well as reacting in bases. So a substance reacting with acids as well as bases is known as amphotic nature. So water has amphotic nature. So how can we say that water has amphotic nature? Because it reacts with acids as well as reacts with the bases. For example, HCl. Hydrochloric acid, HCl in water to form H3O plus Cl minus. Means water is accepting H plus ions. Means the water is accepting H plus ion means it is acid. It is a base. Lewis base. Proton acceptor is a base and proton donor is acid. That is according to Bronsted acid base theory. And ammonia is a proton acceptor to form NH4 plus OH minus. In this case, the proton will be donated from water. The water is a acid. It acts as acidic nature and it is a base. So the water is reacting with acids as well as bases. That's why water has amphotic nature. Water has a amphotic nature. Okay, students. Next. The water reacts with metals as well as non-metals. Water reacts with metals as well as non-metals. Reaction with metals. If you are observe the metal, you have to take any metal, sodium metal. Okay, the sodium metal in water forms NaOH and liberates H2 gas and liberates hydrogen gas. Okay, now you have to balance this equation. Then 2 moles and H2 will form. Now if you observe that this sodium oxidation state is 0 in atomic state. After in products its oxidation state is +1. Na plus and OH minus. Now in its compound the sodium oxidation state is +1 means it undergoes oxidation. It undergoes oxidation means the water acts as the oxidizing agent. So water acts as a oxidizing agent. Whenever water reacts with metals, the metals are converted into corresponding hydroxides. In that case, the water acts as a oxidizing agent. Water oxidizes metals into corresponding compounds. Next, reaction with non-metals. When the water reacts with non-metals, it acts as a reducing agent. For example, you have to take one non-metal, chlorine gas, Cl2. If it is reacts with water, to forms HCl, to forms hydrochloric acid, HCl, and liberates oxygen. Means two moles of Cl2 reacts with 2 moles of water to forms 4 moles of HCl and O2 will liberate. Now here the Cl2 oxidation state is 0, but in HCl the chlorine oxidation state is -1. Means the Cl2 is reduced. Means H2O reduces Cl2 into Cl minus. That's why the H2O acts as a good reducing agent. So water reacts with metals. In that case, the water acts as oxidizing agent. Water reacts with non-metals. In this case, it acts as a reducing agent. Next, fifth one, reaction with metal oxides and non-metal oxides. Reaction with metal oxides and non-metal oxides. Metal oxides and non-metal oxides. For example, metal oxide you have to take Na2O, sodium oxide. If you are taking the sodium oxide reacts with water to produce NaOH. Means it forms hydroxides, bases. Metal oxide on hydrolysis to forms base. Non-metal oxides on hydrolysis forms acid. For example, non-metal oxide SO3 you have to take sulfur trioxide SO3. And listen carefully. Abhay, Nishchal, Huchesh, Abhijit, and try to understand, and if you have any doubt and go through recorded video. Simply don't waste your time. Metal oxides reaction with water to forms bases. Means metal oxides converted into corresponding metal hydroxides. Non-metal oxides Whenever non-metal oxide reaction with water to forms acids, sulfuric acid H2, sulfur trioxide is a non-metal oxide. The non-metal oxides reaction with water to forms acids, metal oxides to forms bases. If you are observed that the properties of water, what are the important properties I said, dear students? First one is autoprotolysis, means it is called self-ionization of water. Water itself ionized to produce H3O plus ions and OH minus ions. It is known as autoprotolysis reaction. The second one is amphotic reaction. Amphotic nature I said, or amphotic property. Amphotic nature means dual nature. Dual nature means reaction with acids as well as reaction with bases. So water is reacting with acids as well as reacting with bases also. That's why water has amphotic nature. Water has a amphotic nature I said. Next chemical property is reaction with metals and reaction with non-metals. Whenever water reaction with metals, in that case the water acts as the oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means what, man? The itself undergoes reduction and it oxidizes to another substance. Water is oxidizing sodium metal into sodium hydroxide, means the sodium metal oxidation state increasing. Okay, whenever water reaction with non-metals, it acts as a reducing agent, means it decreases the substance oxidation state, means it undergoes reduction. So to help for this reduction reaction, water is helping. That's why water is called reducing agent. Water itself undergoes oxidation to liberate oxygen gas. So this is oxidizing property as well as reducing property is also present for water. And water reaction with metals and non-metal oxides. Metal oxides corresponding to bases, corresponding hydroxides forms. Metal hydroxides are called as basic nature. And non-metal oxides to give corresponding acids, sulfuric acid. So sulfur trioxide reaction with water to forms corresponding acid is sulfuric acid is formed. So this is about the reaction with metal oxides and non-metal oxides. Okay students, next important chemical properties of water. Hydrolysis reaction. Already we know that these hydrolysis reactions we have discussed earlier also in organic chemistry. Hydrolysis reaction means, what is the meaning of hydrolysis reaction? Hydrolysis reaction means decomposition of substance to produce different compounds is known as hydrolysis reaction. For example, beryllium carbide, Be2C. Beryllium carbide is on hydrolysis to produce CH4 and beryllium hydroxide BeOH twice. Here beryllium carbide. Here two beryllium atoms are there, means 2 moles of beryllium hydroxide will form. And here total 4 plus 4 8 means 4 moles of water is required. 4 moles of water then produce methane. Next, aluminum carbide. Aluminum carbide, Al4C3 is on complete hydrolysis. If it is on complete decomposition, aluminum carbide in the presence of 12 moles of water to produce 3 moles of CH4 plus 4 moles of aluminum hydroxide. And calcium carbide. Already this equation we have discussed. Calcium carbide on hydrolysis, 2 moles produce C2H2 acetylene plus calcium hydroxide. This is about hydrolysis reaction. Next, water is also very important source in photosynthesis reactions of plants. photosynthesis. Photosynthesis reaction. We know that plants are making food material during this process only, photosynthesis process only. What is photosynthesis? Especially the photosynthesis is taking place in plants of that green leaves part. Green leaves means in that green leaves they contain water molecule and carbon dioxide. Means that in the plants, the green leaves, in that part they are making food material. What are the important components they are utilizing? Water they are taking from groundwater. They are taking from the ground. And carbon dioxide they are taking from atmosphere. Those both they are combined in green color leaves of the plant. In that green color leaves of the plant they contains chlorophyll. In the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll is the catalyst. Green pigment. This is the chlorophyll is called green pigment. Now they produce during this photosynthesis process. They are making food material, that is carbohydrate C6H12O6, and releases oxygen. 6 moles of oxygen they are releasing. 6 moles of oxygen releasing. So during this photosynthesis process, the plants are taking carbon dioxide from atmosphere and taking water molecule from ground. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is the green pigment of green color leaves and converted into food material, carbohydrates C6H12O6, and releases oxygen gas. That oxygen gas we are utilizing. Okay, students, I think now in this critical situation, all are see the COVID. Uh, this is due to that COVID virus. It mainly affecting our lungs. So if lungs are not working properly, means we can't take oxygen easily. That's why all are utilizing oxygen cylinders. Now the latest news is oxygen, liquid oxygen they are utilizing, oxygen they are transporting. So how that oxygen is releasing that plants means during this photosynthesis process only. In the photosynthesis process, the green color leaves of plants utilizing carbon dioxide and water converted into food material, carbohydrates C6H12O6, and releases oxygen gas. Okay, students, this reaction is known as photosynthesis reaction. Next important chemical property of water is formation of hydrates. Important chemical property of water is formation of hydrates. Formation of hydrates. Hydrates. What is the meaning of formation of hydrates? Hydrates means water molecules are combined with salts. Water molecules combined with salts. Water molecules are combined with salts called as hydrates. Hydrates. For example, CO H2O 6 times, Cl3. This is also represented as COCl6 Cl3 6H2O. Means that cobalt trichloride is combined with 6 water molecules. The 6 water molecules are trapped in the salt through coordination bonds or coordinate covalent bonds. That's why this salt, this hydrate is called coordinated hydrate. Coordinated hydrate. Another important type of hydrated salt is BaCl to 2H2O. These two water molecules are trapped in the crystal lattice structure of barium chloride. That's why this salt is known as, this hydrated salt is known as interstitial hydrate. Interstitial hydrate. One more type of hydrated salt is CuNH3 4 times, SO4 H2O. Here these water molecules are trapped with copper sulfate, 4 NH3 molecules. In that salt, the water molecules are trapped through hydrogen bonds. That's it. Its hydrated salt is known as, this salt is known as hydrated hydrogen bonded hydrate. Hydrogen bonded hydrate. One more example for hydrogen bonded hydrate is CuH2O 4 times, SO4 H2O. This is also belongs to hydrated hydrogen bonded hydrate. Hydrogen bonded hydrate. This is also example for hydrogen bonded hydrate. So hydrates means the water molecules are combined with some of the salts. Those compounds are called as hydrates. So mainly hydrates are, three types of hydrates are existing. One is coordinated hydrates, the second one is interstitial hydrates, the third one is hydrogen bonded hydrates. Coordinated hydrates means whatever even number of water molecules are present, those even number of water molecules present in a salts, those all salts are exist bonds with transition metal ions through coordination. Bonds are covalent bonds. Such type of hydrates are called coordinated hydrates. Such type of hydrates are called as coordinated hydrates. Another alkaline metal salts or alkaline earth metal salts are trapped with water molecules or combined with water molecules. Those are called interstitial hydrates. Next, odd number of water molecules are present, like here 5 water molecules are present, in that even number only trapped with central metal atom, and remaining one water molecule is present outside the coordination sphere. Such type of hydrates are called hydrogen bonded hydrates. Hydrogen bonded hydrates. This is the types of hydrates. Okay students, next class we will discuss about the classification of water. Water is classified into mainly two types. One is soft water, the second one is hard water. Soft water means that water does not contain any salts, like calcium and magnesium salts are absent. It gives a good lather with soap water, with soap is known as a soft water. And hard water means it does not give a good lather with soap, because it contains calcium and magnesium salts of chlorides, sulfates and bicarbonates are present in that water. That water is known as hard water. Hard water. That hard water is not useful for drinking purpose. That is called salt.